Dear listeners, welcome to Out of Office. Welcome to this episode of Out of Office, brought to you by myself and Mr. J in the house.
Yes, it is I.
So yeah, well, how you been? You got a story to tell?
Of course not.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Imagine this: aliens came down my doorstep and was like, "Can I get a cup of sugar?" And I was like, "No."
No, he says.
No. But yeah, Marcel, it's been
It's
been a hot
while.
minute.
A while. So yeah, I've been sharing a lot of things, and that's our MO, to just share some stuff on some text messages and all those things, like snippets of music, video, memes, jokes, gifs, all those things. And I want to share some conversation of which one shall we?
No planes.
No planes, please. What do you think about let's go for some old news. Did you know that the last guy of World War II passed away, of the airborne?
Oh no, I did not know this.
Yeah, he died in this month, the month of July of 2022.
Dang.
Age 97. And I
He was a power trooper.
No, yes, he was a paratrooper, yeah. He went to
Power trooper.
He went to Boston,
He was a Power Ranger, right?
basically. But yeah, guess how old he was when he went in.
He said 97. Oh,
Yeah, no, when he
17?
joined. 16, 17, yeah.
Exactly.
Can you imagine that?
Well, I mean, I heard a lot of people did fake their age for that. I don't know why, but I mean, hey, they were the greatest generation.
They were built different. But yeah, and then the whole thing over there was that what would you call it? They were just, it was a different time where they lived through the Great Depression, so they're like, a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, it can't be that much. They can
You sure
feed
they
us
lived through it, or they were born around that time?
around. I mean, doesn't that count as living through it?
Well, it's like for example, me and you, or I guess me, for example, we lived through 9/11, but did we really experience it?
I guess that's going. I guess you're right. In the general sense, they lived
It's
through
like
it, not in,
we knew we were just like, we probably knew where we were, because either, like, for example, you were probably like what, 5?
fourth grade, yeah, whatever that age is.
So you were older. You were like 13 almost.
I guess, yeah.
Not 13. How old did you be? You said 4th grade?
Yeah, I was in fourth grade.
So you would have been somewhere around like 8 or 9, 10. Maybe?
I was old enough to know that something was happening.
Yeah, and I was like, what, 2, I think? No, 3, because 2001.
Yeah, and
So it's like well, maybe you might have remembered it.
yeah, I
Maybe
remember.
clips and pieces, but I definitely did not live through it. I did not experience it through it.
Yeah, and imagine them. They were still in high school, freshmen. No, it's sophomores, or juniors even.
Yeah.
Imagine saying, "I'm out." The guy that does the delivery for us over there at the shop, I was saying, no way, BS. You know how old he was gonna be? He's maybe 16, 17.
29.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he did. He faked his age to get in. Oh, and then he's
Okay.
like, yeah, no. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah,
Well, he's in
and,
a better place now. He's with his brethren.
he's the group of the 506, and they were saying like the guys that survived. Of course, there's a series about them in books, right? And
Yeah.
the leader of them said, when I make it home and I die, he even called it, when I die, don't call anyone. Just say it. I died, and put it in the newspaper, and that's it. And social media and the news just ate it up when that already happened. It was a request on the military specifically, since he was a veteran. Like, okay, yeah, they
Right.
gave him full ceremony, as a military, ceremony can give it, and that's it. Only the family and the brothers in arms. But yeah, it was something.
Yeah. It must have been crazy.
Yeah, and then the story is like I shared you also another one about the fourth. Another one about during the 4th of July, right? During that time, about another guy. He already also passed away a few years ago already, and his story is while going through it. But it's a thing, and if you guys want it, I'll share the show notes later in the podcast about these things. But anyway, another one. What would you like to talk about?
Let's see. I remember there's like a few topics. What was it? I have to like, you know, like you might have to like
The Large
like,
Hadron Collider. What about that one?
no. What's it called? Well, actually, this might be a little controversial.
Go.
But not too much. It's fine. Something that popped up in my head the other day was that what not really popped up. I talked about this with a friend. Is how badly Steven Universe ended their show. And I guess some context, if you don't know what Steven Universe was a Cartoon Network show that ran. Let me check what was the years it ran. So it was an animated series that ran from 2013, and I think it ended 2013 to 2020. It starred let me see that, get the synopsis real quick. A team of intergalactic warriors fight to protect the Earth, but the combination of 3 highly trained beings and 1 quirky young boy leaves the team struggling to overcome the dangerous scenarios that are put in front of them. So if you do want to watch this show, there will be spoilers, but I mean, to be honest, I don't recommend this show that much.
Really?
Just because of the disappointing ending and how it turned out to be. The main problem, the argument here wasn't so much about the show. We could go for hours about the show, but
yeah.
The main topic of the argument was so much the character of Steven Universe. The problem I have with Steven is that there wasn't so much character development, especially since it looked like they were hyping like so much into his character, because there's moments in the show where like he began to doubt who he was. Huh?
You followed this show? You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
There were moments in the show where like he began to doubt and try to find out who he truly was, and try to figure out what he is, because
like Naruto.
Yeah. No. Actually, no. No. Since he was a special case because he was half human, and also have Gem, which were the intergalactic warriors or whatever. Now the issue here is that we learn later down the line that his mother turned out to be someone else. So it was all the same person, but she just began to just change her name and change her appearance, because the gems have the ability of changing their appearance to whatever they want.
Yeah.
We learned down the line is that her mother, who was named Rose Quartz, was believed to be a quartz. We learned down the line that it turns out to be she's a diamond, and the diamond is basically the highest, the most prominent and most important figures of their whole hierarchy. They're like the tippy top. They're the pharaohs. They're the kings of kings, or I guess queens in this case.
I guess it sounds like their level of hardness is their pedigree, if you will.
Basically, and we learned that Steven, in that case, is technically a diamond, because his mother had to give up her physical form and her consciousness in general to give birth to Steven.
Did she disappear or get integrated into Steven?
No, she basically became Steven, but it's like imagine she erased herself from existence, and then gave a physical form to Steven, and then also her gem. So in her essence, she's gone, but there's still a little bit of her inside of Steven.
You think that she's actually just a rock now, basically?
Basically, yeah, she's a rock at this point. The problem I had is that once we figured that out, Steven tried to do some more like inner searching, and there wasn't really that much into it. One point I like to bring up, and this was actually a main point for me, is that his abilities did not grow with him. His abilities changed, sure. They were minor changes. Like, for example, Steven had a bubble, which acted like a barrier. And his twist and take on it was it added
Bubble
spikes
shield.
into it.
Oh. An offensive.
Then he also had a shield, which, mind you, these were all abilities from his mom. He had a shield where I think the twist and take is that he's able to throw it. I'm not really too sure.
Captain America.
Basically. And that was kind of it. There were some few abilities, like, for example, his spit was able to heal gems.
What?
Yeah.
Spit on me.
Well, what he would do, he'll apply it on his hand and then just touch it.
Every VR streamer's dream.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, it's like his character did not develop much at all. Even after a time skip, there wasn't much. I even brought up the point of his abilities because his abilities are just a copy of what his mom was, with a little. It's like, imagine you're like, oh, here's a pasta, right? Here's a good steaming bowl of, what's a good pasta? A bolognese, right? And they're like, okay, but this was like $15. I could get it down the road and spend $10 for cheaper. What's the difference with you? Oh, we're able to add a little bit of mozzarella. It's just like one slab of mozzarella. That's it. That's their twist and take.
Is expensive, man.
No, but that's what I'm saying is like their little twist and take is just a little difference, and that's it. So, and I'm like, to be honest with you, even his abilities, when you think about his abilities, you don't think Steven Universe, because that was actually his name. You think his mother, who was Pink Diamond. And to me is like having an abilities, especially with this type of show, where there's so much details into certain things like relationships, even abilities.
What was that?
That was me moving my mic.
Oh.
So don't worry about it. Key things is that the abilities should go hand in hand with the character. Like, for example, my comparison for this argument was Luffy from One Piece.
Oh no! Damn, that's a high standard, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like, when you see Luffy's abilities, right? You start thinking, that fits perfectly with Luffy. Why? Because Luffy is this carefree guy. He's always laughing, trying to have a good time. That's Luffy. And what's his abilities? Oh, it's the gum fruit. At first, when you start watching it, and mind you, there's going to be spoilers for One Piece here too. He's like, oh, his body is rubber, right? Spoiled. What good is that? But like you start seeing like his second gear, right? His second gear allows him to be faster and have a quicker reaction speed and physically faster as well. His third gear is
its side effects too.
Yeah. Is that he's able to take on bigger enemies by inflating his body part, either his feet, his arms, or it's just his body in general. Mm-hmm. Gear 4 is accumulation of what he learned from hockey and then applying that into his own body, where that's where it came out, Bounce Man, Tank Man, or Snake Man.
Yep.
But it's like it's still him trying to push further his boundaries. And then finally his awakening, which is Gear 5, which is where we learned that his fruit is not the gum fruit. It's instead the mythical Zoan type human fruit model Nika.
But that's just revealing something that he already had.
No, but like you see his awakening. And one thing I like to bring up is that when we all were guessing or speculating about what Gear 5 can be, some people brought up like, oh, he's gonna be like this muscular dude, he's gonna be taller, he's gonna be all black from his hockey, or that his hockey color turned gold to represent that he has full mastery of it. But we turned out is that no,
He went God mode.
his heartbeat is beating like the sound of a drum, and he's like feeling happy. He's feeling jolly. You know, he's not this serious fight dude. He's just a guy trying to have fun. It literally states in the manga that this power is the most ridiculous of them all. Not to say the most powerful.
Yeah.
That it's basically Toon Force. It's like, imagine you're fighting Bugs Bunny, where like he doesn't really try. He just like does something wacky, and
that is
it works.
Out of left field. That was a good. Okay.
Yeah.
The way
That's Luffy. Luffy is not a serious guy. He's carefree. He wants to do whatever he wants. One of the big things he likes is that, I want to eat meat all day. This guy ain't a serious fighter. He is a carefree, jolly guy. That's why Gear 5.
Look at Garp.
But that's what I'm saying is like Gear 5 portrays him so well. Yeah, it fits him so well. It's like, this is what we think when we see Luffy. We don't see Luffy like, yes, he gets serious. Yes, he gets into the fight. Yeah.
That's what I want to elaborate.
But he's yeah. And so, when you talk about these abilities of his, they grew with him. I mean, as we learn, that some fruits may inherit, or grows with the character. But with Steven Universe, he grows more accustomed to his powers, yes, but his powers doesn't really grow with him at all. Even after there's a time skip where he grew like 2 years of age, his abilities weren't really, they were a little bit more honed and a little bit more respectable. But to me, it's like, they weren't, like, Steven seemed awkward fighting. And, he tried to, like Naruto, talk no jutsu it, but, it doesn't really work that well. So
he doesn't.
It's like that. That to me is like, that's the flaw of one of the many flaws of Steven Universe. There's more, but
was it ever meant to be taken to that level? Because One Piece, I feel like, has that ability to be taken as and analyzed that serious because it has that much clout.
I feel like
that age.
I feel like they had an idea for the show, and at some point they had to change it, either because Cartoon Network was pushing them,
management,
or maybe the writer was like,
syndication.
I'm working on fumes here. So, it's whatever the reason is. Steven Universe had the potential to be like, to be a great show, but things like this, for example, and there's other things too that were just like random. But this was like, for me, is like one of the main points that Steven didn't really grow as a character. Like, there were some hardships, there were some things that did open his eyes and like, oh shit, this is going on. But there wasn't really any great character development, like, for example, One Piece. And the problem with making the comparison with One Piece is that Oda is a much better writer than, I think her name is. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, look up the writers. Compare the writers. Just the stats on the writers. Do a stat comparison right there.
Oh, I didn't even need to do a stat. Rebecca Sugar. She doesn't really have that many shows on her belt, and
that says a lot.
Yeah. So versus Oda, I mean, I don't think Oda has that much either. But One Piece is such a global phenomenon that it's incredibly good. Everyone is waiting for it. It's like, it's just on the scale of like Dragon Ball or like Naruto, or it's up there. It's one of the most famous animes in the world. So when I make the comparison with those two authors, it's just night and day. It's not even
to say the most famous one right now.
Yeah,
because no, it has more sources where people can see.
I make the comparison because Luffy is a prime example of this is how character development should be. Even anyone from the Straw Hats, they all have developed at some point, and some were better than the other ones, but they all have character development. Versus Steven Universe from the show was kind of left very bland after like halfway through the episode, the season, or not the season, the show.
How many seasons did it have?
I don't remember, but I'm
I
not
think
gonna look
two.
that up.
Oh, it's
That's
not
not-
worth. Not
Yeah,
worth.
it's not worth it.
Dang. Dang. But yeah, the thing is that it's like trying to compare higher tier, even like you already know, you have the years that he improved his writing on that show. I'm not gonna say that he started as a 100, a One Piece, as a 100 from day one. Look, he even has a manga. Does Steven Universe have some reading, some comics?
No, they don't. But yeah, that's my TikTok on the show. It's no good, no bueno.
It started strong, but it lost that
Yeah, I lost a lot of its momentum.
passion. Yeah, momentum. Let's see. I
but
got you with that's the Steven Universe TED Talk. I got you with
Yes.
another one. Let's see. Techie. What about some tech stuff? Talking about earbuds. What do you think?
The Pixel Buds Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check. I haven't looked them up.
Yeah, they're out.
But here's another thing.
Yeah.
Samsung is gonna release new headphones next month.
Next month, yeah. Let's see what happens with these two. I wanted
So they
to share that.
offer. Let me go to the actual page.
Yeah, let's see.
So what they offer?
What the headphones do?
So they have active noise cancellation with a silent seal. It's a trademark of them. They have 31 hours. I don't know what they like. Is it like per
It's
bud?
probably
or
within
per
battery.
case? Yeah. They have the Hey Google integration. They have transparency mode, which helps you hear outside, and they have wireless charging. So they have active noise cancellation that adapts to your ear, powered by a custom processor, custom algorithms, and custom speakers. Dang.
I mean, that is
Active
normal
noise
for every.
cancellation use silent
earbud.
seal, yeah, to maximize the outside noise being blocked. Small buds, but built for big music. They just say custom design 11 millimeter speaker drivers makes music sound powerful yet nuanced.
Nuanced.
A full 5-band EQ lets you customize the sound to your preference. Volume EQ brings out the details, and transparency mode helps you hear what's outside. Yeah, so. Oh, the Google heard me.
Caught you slacking.
So let's see. There are. So if you want the A series, they're $99. Pixel Buds Pro is $200.
Mm-hmm. How
Dang,
much was
that's
the
kinda
Pro
pricey.
that we bought back in the day?
The Galaxy Buds.
Yeah.
Galaxy Buds Pro. I think
Now,
I think they were $200. No, were they like $150?
like $149.99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up there.
Do they even sell them anymore? Because I think the Galaxy Buds Pro are better than like the Galaxy Buds 2.
Even those?
Yeah.
So they released for $199, same amount of price.
Yeah, but like a lot of people didn't buy the Buds Pro for that reason. It wasn't until after that people started buying them.
And what do you think? How using the Pro moniker? I feel like it's just a marketing thing on the Google.
I'll tell you what, the design of it looks kind of odd.
I'll tell you
Not
what.
the Buds itself, but the case itself.
The case reminds me of an Apple device.
Not even, because the what's it called? The what's it called? The AirPods?
Mhm.
They don't look like that.
The case, the way that it lifts on the top.
I mean, I guess the original AirPods, yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear the
Why did you
reviews.
buy them?
Floss. I want to hear Flossie now before I even do anything. I want to hear Flossie's opinion.
Well, they just came out, right?
They came out on Friday, as of the recording.
Yeah, and they're still in pre-order.
Does that mean you have to have a Google account?
No.
What does that even mean when
So
you
it
say
says
pre-order?
that they have charcoal, fog, lemongrass, and coral. But right now, the only ones available are lemongrass and charcoal.
What does that? What charcoal is black, isn't it?
Yeah, black.
Green,
Fog and coral I can't see, but
pink,
lemongrass is
or
green.
red? Red or blue, probably. Fog, maybe even white.
I
Whitish.
mean, I give them what for having. They have a lot of different color options, but it's okay.
That's an aesthetic thing. You already know I chose my phone,
Yeah.
and you know what color I went for. But what you call it? If I were to buy them,
So if you were to buy them today,
yeah,
according to the recording, they would come next month.
we're already we're already close towards the end of that month. Of said
No,
month.
but like exactly 1 month because they said delivery from August 16th to August 24th.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So it's literally a month. I know next month is like in a few weeks,
Mhm.
but it's literally a month.
Understood. But yeah, that I find them curious. Like they're up there with the Buds Pro now, and in
I
pricing.
guess, yeah.
In pricing, I'd expect him to be.
I mean, maybe they sound just as much as the Galaxy Buds Pro.
But they announced they had two drivers, the Buds Pro, right? Double drivers.
I think so.
And then there's the Apple AirPods Pro.
But they've been
those
out for a while. But I think they're planning on updating them.
during that time frame, that price range, that was the amount of price that they came out.
Yeah.
What else? But I'm curious about those. I really wanna. I have my parents. They have the A series, and they're very satisfied.
Yeah.
And if I were to recommend that to
Huh.
anyone, I recommend those A series.
I find it funny how if you try to buy like an S22 Ultra,
Mm.
they don't offer the Buds Pro. They only offer the Buds Live, which
How
I
were
thought they
those?
got rid of. The beans weren't that great. Remember, I think Alan had it, but I think he returned it.
The live.
Yeah, either returned it or gave it to someone.
I saw not even saw them
Um,
give. Wow.
Well, I like the pros better. I think you know why probably. I think it's because they are planning on releasing new Buds Pro. I think, and that's probably why they took it off because they're not even selling them anymore.
Not even the pros.
Nope. They sell the Buds 2 right now and the Buds Live. So-
What's the word on the street for those guys? The live you told me already.
Yeah, the Buds 2, I think they're fine.
Okay. So then, what about this? This is an old thing, but I still wanted to share. With the Large Hadron Collider, that same within this month, that they turned it on after 3 years of updating it, upgrading the BIOS, all those things, right? Hardware upgrade, all those things, and
Right.
they did a test, right? And they right off the bat with the test, they've discovered 3 new particles that shouldn't have existed.
Huh.
And a lot of people are doing some conspiracy talk with it,
Right.
that because mathematically they exist, but not on. They shouldn't be, even though they were around for billions or millions of a second, they still like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Scientists say, yeah, it's not impossible.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And then a lot of conspiracy people saying, oh, because of that we jumped into another universe, and just because of that we're able to see these particles. Like, this just low key, high key. Makes me a little bit angry because people are just giving big brain concepts so simple, like, because of this is going on, it's this is your reasoning that we jumped into another universe. I'm like, if the world was that simple or that easy, we would have been able to do a lot more things to understand the universe. That's just my.
Yeah.
I'm like, it made me think about Rick and Morty, and like, if everyone understood the universe like Rick did, it would mean that we probably live in a better place or a worse place. It's just no, it's if somebody tells you that we jumped into universe just because we turned on the hadron and LHL large hadron collider. No, CL, something like that. LHC
Right.
and LHC. Like things would be so different, but this is just pissing me off. It pisses me off, but at the same time, it's like, let me do more research. Just because I'm angry doesn't mean I don't do research. And remember, if you get angry, Jose, don't just build up a bias against the concept that you're angry with. Learn it. Be a master.
Of course, I gotta build up a bias on it.
Why?
Because.
But that you should become, if it makes you angry, be a master of it, and then prove it how right or wrong it is, better than the other person that's giving you the pitch.
Maybe.
What about you? What's another story that you want to share?
Oh wait, you know what I realized? But we never read off the anime lineup.
Go for it. It's summer.
Summer, right? Summer,
right?
Lineup. Anime. Okay, so let me check if it is summer. Yes, it is. Okay, so I guess we're really behind on this, but this is the anime lineup. I think majority of these already started. So yeah. So we have here. Hold up, let me just grab the paper over here. Okay, got it. We have had it upside down. Overlord season 4. What do you think, Marcos?
I'm waiting for the dub.
So, okay, if you don't know what Overlord is, I have time to read synopsis.
All right.
The newly crowned Ainz have big plans for the Skosur kingdom, but so do his enemies deep in the mountains of... How do you say that? Somewhere in the mountains lie the dwarves' mortal enemy, a demi-human race. The Quagil? Gather ready to invade. To make matters worse, our other kingdoms conspire to overthrow the undead king. Will his vision for a utopia come to fruition? Heavy lies the crown, even for a guy with unlimited power. So this comes out every... Let me check.
How many years has it been?
I don't know. It comes out every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, everyone. Every Tuesday.
Yes. So far, it's been really good. I like it.
It kind of lost its way towards the end of the last season when it went with the lizard people. Personally.
Yeah.
Oh, you too? You agree with that?
Yeah, I didn't like the last season that much.
They were kind of pulling it when they went to those human towns with the goblins. That was kind of pulling it.
Goblins, you say?
Yes, goblins.
Goblins.
But remember that the little town was kind of stretching it, and then I lost it with the lizard.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just look up. Do you hear the paper?
You have it upside down.
Okay. Okay. So we have. Oh, you have it upside down anyway. Classroom of the Elite, season 2. Imagine reading that upside down. It's like, So, Tokyo Metropolitan Advanced Neutering.
Neutered.
No, neutering.
Oh, they're going to neuter.
N-U-T-U-R-I-N-G.
Yeah, neutering.
Neutering. High school seems like a paradise, but in reality, it's an extreme mediocrity. In the class of the underachievers, Kyotaka has been working with Sune.
You say Susan.
Who seeks to ascend higher. After survival tests on an uninhabitable island, they get to enjoy a luxury liner.
You don't remember that, do you?
No, it says they get to enjoy a luxury liner.
Like a blanket?
I guess.
Okay.
But a new class scrambling test will begin. Will you work for your class, your group, or yourself? To be honest,
Yes.
I didn't really like it that much. It was okay.
It started okay.
Yeah, and this one comes out, I think, every Monday. Yeah, every Monday.
Like Tawawa.
Yes, over here, and then we have One Piece, but we already know One Piece is a goat, so that's already watched. I mean,
Enough
I read
said.
the manga. Yeah. Next, we have
Backwards. It's backwards.
no, it's in landscape mode. Oh, Devil is a part timer, season 2, after years, and I mean years.
Look, you slam your
Wait,
desk.
hold up. When did Devil part? I need to look this up.
2012.
Oh,
I'm saying 12.
it's been
That's it.
10 years since season 1, and now the people has spoken, and we have a season 2. So, the devil and the hero may be powerful enemies back home in Ente Isla, but in today's Tokyo's Sado Mao and Emi Yusa are working hard as ever in their human job. They spend their days settling into life in Japan and navigating into stormy economic seas along with the Devil's Castle crew and the love-struck high school girl Chiho. If you don't remember, okay. If you don't remember or haven't watched this anime, this glorious anime, watch it. I recommend it. But just a quick relapse, Mao, who is Satan back in their original world, was transported with his right-hand man. I don't remember what the right-hand man was, but they've been living in the human world in Japan. Of course, Japan, because it's an anime. They have been living life. They slowly get to meet people who are from the other world, including the hero who was mortal enemies with Mao. So they get into a little conflict. He works for the I don't know if it's called the Japanese version of McDonald's. Well, basically a McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yes, and yeah, and you know we were left with hopes of a season 2 that never came to be, but
We held
as
on.
of what, 2 years ago? Yeah, we held on 2 years
Held
ago.
on.
They said they're making it, and now it's here, and I think it's been really good. I'm
2
liking
years
it.
later.
Yes. And this, oh yeah, so Overlord, Classroom of the Elite, and Devil's a Part-Timer is on Crunchyroll. So if you do have a subscription, go ahead. If you haven't started watching it, go ahead, start watching it.
It's in Funimation as well, Overlord.
Is it really?
Yeah. And it's dubbed.
Oh no.
It started dubbed. You can't say, oh no.
Oh no. But yeah.
We talked
Next
about
up.
it while it was dubbed, man.
I don't know. You're saying words, but I'm not understanding what you're saying.
There's some interference.
Yeah, there's hold up. There's there's a little bit of something in there. Anyway, next up we have a new one. Okay. So this might be a little bit on Marco's side, his freaky side.
What?
You'll see why. Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, another isekai with a harem. Oh, actually, no, sorry. It's just a harem. Okay, so struggling with life and society. Oh no, it is an isekai. What am I saying? High school student Michio Kaga wonders about the internet and lands on an odd website. The website, featuring a number of questions and point-based system, allows one to create skills and abilities for a character. Upon completing his character, Kaga was
What'd you say?
transported to a game-like fantasy world and reborn as a strong man who can claim idol-level girls. Thus begins the cheat and harem legend of a reborn man.
Not.
Boy. But yes, he basically got onto a website. There was a character development section, and then once you were ready, it warned you. It said,
Are you
"This will
sure?
transport." Yeah, it was like, "Are you sure this will transport you into another world? Do you want to continue?"
And
He's like, "Yeah, sure."
What are you talking about?
And yeah, and now as of right now, he bought a slave who turns out to be like a
I thought you
dog
said-
girlish.
he finna slave. No.
No, he bought a slave that is like a dog girl. So I'm like, if there's dog girls, there has to be cat girls.
There has to be fox people too.
Yes,
Shield hero much?
maybe. Well, yes, it has a 7.7 and it's on Crunchyroll, and it comes out every, I think, Wednesday.
You just
Yeah,
gave me
Wednesday.
a bad omen when you give me the score.
Yeah, it's a 7. Solid.
Yeah. No, nowadays a 7 isn't good. Anything below an 8 is bad nowadays because that's
Yeah.
too normal.
Oh no.
Let's rewind it.
So
Next.
okay, next. Next we have here an anime called Call of the Night. I have not watched this one.
Sounds
But
like
here's a synopsis. Wrecked by insomnia and wanderlust. Oh, Marco's favorite set of
No, it's just being a hobo, just walking around.
Ko
I kinda do
Yamori
like walking.
is driven onto the moonlight streets every night in the aimless search for something he can't seem to name. His nightly ritual is marked by his purposeless introspection until he meets Nasuna, who might just be a vampire. Might. Ko's new companion can offer him dark gifts and a vampire's
Dark
immortality.
gifts. Dark gifts.
Yeah, dark gifts.
Continue.
But there are conditions that must be met before Ko can sink his teeth
What?
into vampirism, and he'll discover just how far he's willing to go to satisfy his desires before he can heed the call of the night.
He needs
To
to
be
go
honest
to the
with you,
OnlyFans.
sounds like an etchy.
So he needs to go to the OnlyFans account.
Yes. That's it. It comes out every Thursday. I don't know where to watch. It's not on Crunchyroll. I can tell you that much.
It's on Thirsty Thursdays.
Yes. Next, we have here my isekai life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world.
There you go.
Get it? Well, because it said ... after it said in. Getting
what?
isekai, the magical world, and developing incredible powers is every otaku's wildest dream. But for salaryman Yuji Sano, it's the stuff of absolute nightmare. He's in the middle of a mountain work when he gets unwillingly pulled into a fantasy realm where he accomplishes the inviolable feat of developing a second character class. But by making the most of his monster tamer abilities, now he's traded the office for adventuring to making a living. But he keeps getting roped into major events because his powers are unmatched, second to none, and he doesn't even realize it yet.
He's got a third class.
He's got a big
No, he's gonna get a third. I'm calling it.
Imagine it's a third class. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you can't watch it on Crunchyroll, but
it's
you know, there's there's some them websites out there that'll probably get it for you. You know. Next, we have here: is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? Danmachi. Labyrinth City, Aurora. A city located in the surface of a massive underground labyrinth known as the Dungeon. In this city, a young aspiring adventurer, together with his tiny goddess and friends, he has made and escaped death several times and ranked up at an unprecedented rate. One day he receives a letter, an invitation to an expedition to an unexplored level within the dungeon. Along with his friends, the young adventurer takes a step forward into uncharted territories. This is the familiar myth recorded by a young man and his goddess.
So basically, this goddess is tiny but with big personalities.
Yes. However, this is not on Crunchyroll. I don't know where to get it, but once I will find it,
Hulu.
it's probably on Netflix or
Probably
Hulu.
Most likely on Hulu.
Or those special sites.
High C sites.
Next, we have here Vermil in Gold. Meet Alto, a hapless student at the Royal Ortigia Magic Academy, whose academic performance leaves much to be desired. Rather than take a more sensible approach to salvaging his grades in time for graduation, Alto decides to summon a bit of otherworldly assistance. Only after does he learn he's bound the legendary she-devil, oh my, Vermil, into service as his familiar. But while Vermil is a powerful ally sure to turn his grades around, her magic can be replenished with just a kiss. And that makes everything go to hell with Alto's jealous childhood friend, Lilia. Oh no.
Of course, there had to be a clingy friend.
But of
So
course, Madame was out.
what are the tags for this one?
Ecchi Fantasy School in Shonen, but it's not on Crunchyroll. It's not on Crunchyroll. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one because this was last year, last season.
What was it?
It's a couple of cuckoos.
What?
It's the one
What'd you
where it's the one where they were switched at birth, and they met back together.
So you mean like Black Clover?
No, like they were literally switched at birth. Like, they
Like that
were they
Disney
got
movie?
swapped. They got their parents swapped, and they realized it, and now they're trying to like marry them, and it's their
Like
story.
like the Disney movie with Lindsay
No,
Lohan.
no. You're thinking too much. So next,
Am I really?
we have Rent a Girlfriend season 2. Hold
Skip.
on, it's oh no, it is right. Okay, so a hopeless college student, Kazuya Kinoshita, meets a graceful rental girlfriend, Mizuhara Chizuru, and ends up introducing her as his girlfriend to his family. Time goes on with Kazuya, unable to tell the truth as he is surrounded by devilish ex-girlfriend Nanami Mami. Yes, I said that right.
No, you said it right.
Who keeps coming back to tempt him for some reason.
Why?
Hyper-aggressive provisional girlfriend Sarashina
She's a
Ruka,
professional. She is.
who doesn't know how to take no for an answer, and super shy but diligent Marcos girlfriend Sakurasawa Sumi.
She
Beautiful
brings
girlfriends
snacks.
of all types. The pub, the beach, the hot springs, Christmas, New Year's. Having gone through these challenging events, Kazuya's feeling for Chizuru keep growing stronger. But she reveals the shocking truth that threatens to shake their French relationship to the very core. And these
Dun,
are
dun,
their
dun.
stories.
Dun dun.
Da, 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 da.
Hold up. Let's see if I have it. Hold up. Where is it?
That's
Law and Order.
yeah.
The Special Protection, the Witness Protection Program.
And then finally I have here, because the rest are like
Mid.
just kind of out there. Yeah. My stepmom's daughter is my ex. A
My
boy and a
step-
girl. A boy and a girl, Marcos. You hear
Isn't
that?
this the anime that we talked about back in the day?
I don't think so. It's a different one.
Okay.
But similar plot. A boy and a girl started dating in middle school. They were lovey-dovey at first, but due to a misunderstanding over something trivial, started feeling more frustration than excitement. In the end, they
What kind
broke
of
up.
frustration?
When they
Oh.
graduated, however, Misoto Indu and Yumi Aya met again in a surprising way before they start high school. Obviously, I'm the older brother here. Obviously, I'm the older sister here. The child of their parents' new spouse is the ex they just broke up with. Out of consideration for their parents, this formal couple comes up with sibling rule, which is whoever starts seeing the other as potentially attractive loses. But they sometimes run into each other right after a bath.
What do they lose though?
They're also alone in their way to and from school. So, and that's it.
But what do they lose? I don't know what they mean. What they lose?
Everything.
Oh, that's their bet, I guess.
I guess so.
I imagine the kid doing push-ups every morning.
You probably won't be too far off. But yeah, that's the anime lineup. It's kind of small, but I think it's good enough for the week.
Good, very good. Just to hold you over. And remember,
Yes.
you can watch all these dubs in Funimation. Brought to you by Crunchyroll.
We're not sponsored though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty good. I personally, if I were to pick one of those, I'd say Danmachi. Has more seasons, but not enough dubbing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, this, like I said, it's a good lineup. It keeps me entertained.
Keeps you up at night. Whatchamacallit, what were the average tags that you saw there? If I were to say, I'd say shonen.
Yeah.
Shonen, I think just shonen. That would be the main one. What's the Rent a Girl for? What is that? Drama, I guess. Family Matters.
Yeah, I think it's like, let me see,
Drama. It'd be drama if anything, just drama.
comedy, romance, school shonen.
Oh, so it's basically shonen and romance apparently.
Yep.
But yeah,
But
what
yeah,
else?
that's it. That's Oh yeah, and also of course, if you're wondering about movies, we have the gracious One Piece film Reddo, which is coming out August 5th, I think, in only Japan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've heard August 6th too in Japan, so it depends which region they are in. But if you want the synopsis, Uta, the most beloved singer in the world, renowned for concealing her own identity when performing, her voice has come to be described as otherworldly. Now, for the first time ever, will reveal herself to the world at a live concert. As the venue falls with all kinds of Uda fans, excited pirates, the Navy watch closely, and the Straw Hats led by Luffy, who simply came to enjoy her sonorous performance. The voice that the whole world has been waiting for is about to resound. The story begins with a shocking fact that she is Shanks' daughter.
Shanks got it in
Somehow, some way. With who
Somewhere.
knows?
with another idol.
Basically.
Shanks went in. He said, "I'm gonna go and
and yeah,
get yo ho
so
ho,
that's
ho."
coming out the 6th, August 6th.
Yes.
I don't know when here, but I know I will definitely watch it.
What?
I will
I-
definitely watch it.
Are you gonna sail the high seas or are you gonna buy a ticket?
I'll buy a ticket. What do you mean?
You're like, I'm gonna support this economy.
Yeah, it's good for the economy, you know?
It needs it. What else? What else? Did you see that there's some talking about anime, that there's some Kickstarters and all those things for some companies, anime production companies now?
No? Dang.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. Kickstarters for anime production companies.
Damn.
Yeah, they're now. I told you there's gonna Kickstarters, Patreon kind of thingies. What's the Indiegogo? I feel like they're not the future, but it makes you more intimate with the production company that you want to support. And personally, I think there has to be another service, not only Crunchyroll, obviously, that whatchamacallit. Crunchyroll is very bottlenecking, if you will, not in the sense that it slows you down. It's limited in the sense that it forces people to either go through them in this side of the world, obviously, because in Asia and Japan and Asia in general, there's already providers, but in globally, I'd say Crunchyroll is Crunchyroll under what, Sony?
Yeah.
Damn it, I would say something with like something with a distribution service. What? Not Funimation used to be there, but it's gone. It's basically Crunchyroll now. Something else that can decentralize the production with the sailing the high seas kind of services. What would it be? I don't know. Something that works like what's the name of a company like Ufotable,
Right.
website or something that uploads the done services, can give you links, Patreon or something like that, or not PayPal. You know that there's been schemes right now with PayPal as well.
Really?
People buy, like with streamers, they give them bits or on Twitch or something with a PayPal link, and guess what the people do?
What do people do?
They request a return, a refund.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And say they gave them like $100, right? They give them with a fake credit card, and they request a refund, and they send them back to their original credit card account, to an actual credit card account, more or less scamming the streamer itself. So remember, all you listeners who are streaming or those things, I'd be very careful with those things. Is there any protections for a streamer? Yes. It's called a donation.
Yeah, because you can't take it back.
Correct. If If you're giving a service, like for example, you're selling a shirt, and you send, selling shirts, you're great as a service or anything like those things. It's very dangerous, and I have no
Right.
solution for those guys. And they like the PayPal is mediating a lot of them, and is trying to delay the confirmation of sales, all those things. But PayPal is infamous for being proactive, but not fast enough for what the streamers do that are doing it live. You know
Right. Right.
how streamers get a notification. Frosty has donated 50 dollars and got a little gift and all those things in the stream, and the guy's, oh, thank you for it, thank you so much, and like 2 minutes later the guy or the person requests a refund. So there's been streamers that have been taken for like 5K, 10K even.
Damn.
So be careful, okay? If you're out there, trying to do a streaming, remember to do your wording. Your wording is very key. Okay? That's my TED talk.
Your
Always
TikTok?
work on your wording. Wording is key. Do you understand me, Josue?
Yes, maybe. I don't know. That's it.
Who decided that?
Anyways,
Imagine.
another one. What is your opinion on rocks?
I don't know.
Well, there's a Japanese rock.
Oh no.
Oh no! Yes, Jose. Once you heard the name Japanese rock, it's not a genre of music, but it does exist over there. It's just
Does it though?
Yes. It's about
Marco's like, oh no.
oh no. It's about a Japanese rock that allegedly, for almost 1,000 years, has held,
Allegedly.
according to their lore, a Japanese kitsune. And you know what the kitsune are infamous for?
These nuts in your mouth.
On the kingdom, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Ruining kingdoms. There's lore of them in China, there's lore of them in Korea, and there's lore on them in Japan. I did some research for this one specifically, and it reminded me a lot of the story with what's the name of the snake girl that had the hair snakes on her hair?
Medusa?
Demigorgon, exactly. So, anyways, I'm just kidding. It was a Medusa. She was, the prettiest girl in the world in her time, in her town. She probably,
Right.
if she was around nowadays, she'd probably have an OnlyFans.
Allegedly.
Only allegedly. And same thing over there. Her story is that she got abandoned by her family because they knew she was a kitsune, a nine-tailed kitsune specifically.
Wasn't it because of her beauty?
Let me get to that. Oh, which one?
Is that her? She
The Japanese story?
I think. Oh no, the Medusa one.
Yes.
Wasn't it that she was Poseidon fell in love with Medusa, and Athena grew jealous of her. So
The Lady of the Hunt
Yes.
got jealous.
So to combat that, she basically made her
Put a hit on her.
yeah, put snakes on her as hair, and also made it so that anyone she looks gets turned to stone.
Yeah. And then guess what? She had a family, right? Specifically
Right.
2 sisters. And the sisters, nah, sis, you're innocent. It wasn't you. Guess what the gods did?
Yeah, they did the same thing to them.
I'm like, what? Why?
Because you have to realize that the Greek gods were always selfish and greedy.
So God.
I mean, look at what's it called? Zeus. Zeus would literally just bang any woman he wants.
If he was on Bang Bros, he would have corrupted the site.
Exactly.
He would go into OnlyFans and just say, "Hey, I'm gonna slide in."
Basically.
Anyways, but for this story for Tamomomo, something like that. She was, she grew up with her foster family, Asta style, right, from Black Clover, and they found that the girl was was learning fast, learned how to read, learned her essentials for that time period of.
She knew her ABCs faster than any other person in the world.
Yes, yes, yes. To the point that she started singing poetry, towards the emperor of that time, and the emperor was entertained, because of this young buck, being good at her craft. Eventually, the emperor said, I like you. You're gonna be in my squad. You're gonna be a servant.
I like your cut, G. And
Yeah.
buff.
Yeah, and she joined the emperor's squad, right? And then eventually, she liked her. The emperor liked her so much that you're gonna be one of my concubines.
On that.
Oh. But after that, the emperor started getting sick, right? Not right away, but throughout the years. And sick. Doctor after doctor came on by and said, "Yo, you sick?" Yeah, but of what? Oh, I don't know. And then the doctors were
Basically.
like, we got nothing, and the emperor was getting worse and worse and worse until he just was laying in bed. And of course, people were like, didn't know what the affliction was, and they noticed, his best side, the emperor's best side piece, right, was minding her own business, looking fly and all those things, doing her thing, not messing with other men, just doing her thing, what concubines do, and
Yep.
and what the round table of the Japanese emperor was saying, hey, why is she getting all sad or worried, huh? Like, not only did they want her to, want her as,
Smash.
yeah, they wanted her to also act sad to the emperor, for the emperor, which, it is what it is for that time. I have no comment for that. Until a very powerful sorcerer came by and said, hey, I'm gonna do some scribing, if you will, or something to discern what's going on with you. And he did it, right?
He's like, oi, daijoubu desu ka?
Yes, he did it. Don't worry, it's gonna be daijobu. And he did it, right? He's doing it, and he comes back. You're sick. Yes, I am sick. Of what? Oh, hold up. Let me do an even stronger one. Don't worry, you're sick, but because she points at Tamomomo and starts like saying it's because of her. Why? Because she's bad. What do you mean? She's fly as heck, and she's my best side piece, and yeah, she's evil. How? Prove it. And everyone didn't. Tamomomo had her reputation of being smart and beautiful. All the she was high level for her stuff. Like, no way, no. Everyone pressed X to doubt on the sorcerer. So we're like, okay, check it. I'm gonna do this holy of holy, ceremonies. Everyone join in the circle, jump into the circle, and join me on this prayer. And Tamamomo, you too. Only the holiest of holy people will not be affected. Tamamomo was like, "Are you sure?" She was deflecting. Do it, or we'll execute you. Basically, the round table said,
Right.
"Okay." And then she went in, right, and they're doing the ceremony, and she's like, a fox ear appeared in her head. Okay, nothing. Okay, that's normal. Yeah, right. That time frame. And then the tail appeared. Okay, continue. Yes. And then another tail until all 9 appeared. Oh, okay. Let's kill her. What? She gave her.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and she ran away, and prayer. Priest blessed up, and starting, putting hits on her, to the point that an entire army was chasing one lady. I'm not criticizing. I mean, I am criticizing the whole situation, but an entire army was taken to take care of this lady, and she was, outfoxing them, if you will. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Sniff, sniff.
Yes. What? And so,
Hey,
anyways, she ran it all the way north to Tokyo, and those guys said, we're tired of this. Priest, bless up our weapons. He said, you know what? We'll do something better. We'll go with you and bless up your arrows, not your arrows and your bows. Okay.
And your weapons.
Yeah, your long range, your long range attacks. Okay, they did it, and it took only one arrow to hit her, and she died and fell into this stone, right? And immediately that stone became her imprisoned, and she, like her energy, her spiritual energy, was so toxic when she died that that stone became infused with that and would kill anyone that came in contact. And a couple 100 years passed by, and the priest said, you know what, I'm going to do a POV and ask her, what's her deal? What's her story? And basically, she said that whenever he came by and asked her story and said and the priest asked, why did you do this? She said, basically, I did this for revenge because my adoptive parents got kicked out of the kingdom and they died. So she did the long play and tortured the emperor. But her plans got spoiled thanks to the sorcerer.
To the meddling kids.
Yeah, to those meddling kids. Yeah, and this monk said, "Come on, let me pray for your soul. Let me pray for your soul. You need Jesus." And he said, like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. And her spirit went away, and the priest, tied up that stone and gave it, some blessings, and the rest is history. Until 2022, when they discovered the broken stone, and after extenuous research, turns out that don't worry, the fox spirit has gone up to heaven. Like the saying, all dogs go to heaven. Same things for foxes, and she's in a better place, hopefully, if the story is real.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
All right then.
What is your opinion
So
on?
it says, no one knows exactly what caused the stone to crack, but cold winter months could have contributed to cracking, said Nick Kapar, an associate professor of history at Rutgers University in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's an interesting story.
It's up there.
Nothing. Yeah, it's really old.
It's
From
up there.
1107 to 1123 was the emperor that was around that time, Emperor Toba.
And mind you, once this,
Tamamo no Mai was known for her shape-shifting abilities.
yeah,
So she transformed herself into a beautiful woman and caught the eye of the emperor. As she grew closer to the emperor, he fell gravely ill. Kapoor said a court astrologer used divination to determine Tamamo no Mai was the culprit, he said. Once her plan was foiled, she fled into the wilderness, changing shapes and tried to stay hidden. However, samurais sent after her eventually caught up to the fox spirit, which when one of the warriors shot her with an arrow, her physical form was killed, so her spirit transformed into a stone. He said, legend goes that if you touch the stone, you die, hence the name Killing Stone, Kapar said. There's no proof of the stone's natural abilities, but its unique location may have given substance to the rumors.
a volcano.
Yeah, it's near multiple volcanoes. So it says the rock has been the top tourism site and skyrocketed in popularity, but paled in comparison to the spirit's fame, Okuyama said. Okuyama. After the stone cracked, people were quick to chime in the timing of the breakage. Many took the event as a bad omen concerning the pandemic and the war between Ukraine and Russia. Others believe it was a good omen, saying she was released to stop Russian President Vladimir Putin and the war on Ukraine, he said. If you're in the mood to take this negativity, you certainly can, but if you want to take the positive spin on it, maybe this fox spirit is going to help us out in our time of need. And that's it. And that was from CNN, if you want to know.
But yeah, I'll share the sources later in the show notes. But yeah, I mean, what are your opinions?
I think that. I mean, it's just a story. It's just folklore. It's like, the Monkey King.
But this one actually has dates on it. And it did.
Yeah, so does the Monkey King technically.
Where?
The date that the book was created.
Yeah, the book, but this one actually has the events, history, and all those things. Like
Yeah.
this one, I feel like has more reputation. I'm not saying it's real, anyways. I'm just saying it's more reputable because it has an emperor's name. It has what happened after, because technically the emperor still died.
Her name was Tamamo no Mai.
I said Tamamo, I think, or Tamamono, something like that. You know what I mean. And she, sorry. Anyways,
It's like
what
she
I'm
was
saying,
delicious.
What?
Imagine.
Oh, come on, keep it PG. Anyways, she still caused the ruin to that emperor. I mean, I'm not saying she actually did, but historically, there was still ruin from that emperor. Once this emperor passed away, his son came in and took his position. Then the son died, and then there was a lot of warring time during that time frame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of the reasons that it started an era, one of the warring eras, that what's the thing? Daimyos? No. I think it is daimyos. Daimyos had to start. That's the cause of why the emperors lost power in Japan. Because
You mean
back in the day,
dynasties?
yeah, no, emperors specifically. Like how
Oh.
emperors were seen as the holy of holies, and the last word and everything, because of
Yeah.
this emperor dying, and then his son coming to power and then dying, and then being a power struggle. The daimyos, the samurai warriors, the warrior emperors came to be the way that we know before the shift.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting, just like if it's true that an era ended because of a nine-tailed spirit.
Yeah. Could have been, but who knows?
It is what it is. I'm not saying that it's true or false. I'm just saying the data's there.
Yeah.
What else? And then
Well, I was gonna say, like,
yes,
want to just wrap it up here?
sure. What title would you give this episode if you were to give it one?
The comeback of a century.
Of a millennia.
Exactly.
Jay comes back, hits back.
Expect stronger than ever.
Let me write that down. Because I like
But
it.
yeah, on that note, this is Mr. J signing off for everyone. Marcos,
This is Marcos signing out. Stay frosty, and remember, stay safe.
stay hydrated,
Stay hydrated from this heat. Remember,
stay cool, and stay frosty.
whatchamacallit, and reach out to the social medias that we have in the show notes.
Yes, Instagram.
On Twitter.
we be posting.
And we got a YouTube channel. So remember, talk to
We
you
are
later.
everywhere.
Almost
Good night.
everywhere. And I bid you farewell.
Sayonara. Hasta la vista. All everything. See you.